Marty.
Yes, mate.
Bob Thomas.
Yes. Very funny comedian. Does a bits up the north in the working men's clubs and stuff.
Up north.
Yeah, Darlington.
We're in the south.
Yeah, that'll bring in new listeners for that. A whole new range of audience. Does a brilliant joke about his mother-in-law's big bottom. Very funny guy. Very funny.
Jesse Stone.
Yes. He's head of women's studies at the university, a lecturer there.
And
a man. Yes. I didn't know it was a man. Jesse could have been either way, couldn't it? And quite frankly, all the women have said no, haven't they? They're not interested.
So you're telling me that we're doing an episode on feminism without any women?
Yeah.
I suppose we'll do an episode on immigration with a bunch of white blokes in the room, will we?
Probably, yeah. They know about women. It'll be fine.
Are you ready?
1 second. We're nearly there. Check that now. Try that now.
Test.
Anything?
I'm Micky Riggers. This is Right Here, Right Now.
Is that good?
Yeah, I can hear a bit of it.
Hang on.
It's
One
not
second.
great.
Try that now. Try that now.
Test.
That better?
Test. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. It's gonna be excellent.
Well, we really need to get some new equipment, Marty.
Well, we're going to make a lot of money out of this show, and with all the new audience, we better get some new stuff, won't we? It's going to be good.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Right Here, Right Now with me, Micky Riggers. If there is hope, it lies in the proles. I'm joined today, as usual, by Kevin Decline.
Hello!
How are you doing, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. Really good. Although, I got dressed up especially for this, because I thought there was a show on feminism.
Yes, yeah.
I thought there would be women here. Where's women?
As Kevin says, yes, our subject for today is on feminism, and we are joined by stand-up comedian Bob Thomas.
Hey!
And we have with us the head of women's studies from Southampton Solent University, Jesse Stone.
Boo! Good evening.
And in this week's news, we see in the USA presidential elections, Trump is gaining in the polls despite numerous scandals. Clinton still clearly in the lead, but Trump is creeping up on her.
Standard Trump.
Now, in the Calais jungle, we've seen the refugees being cleared from the camps this week, although there are still 100 children refugees being left to sleep in the smouldering remains of the camp in makeshift shelters. In Brexit news, Nissan have agreed to keep their factories open in Britain, most surprisingly in Sunderland, that was very, very strongly supporting the Out campaign. We've seen the 0.5% GDP growth over the last quarter, which some are taking as a good sign for Brexit, although I think that we've got a little more to see on that. And for our song of the week, we have Andy Sargent, Defying Physics, from his album Metamorphosis 2. Right, so I like to keep this as live as we possibly can do it, so if you guys can just keep it concise, keep to the point, and try not to speak over each other too much.
Most importantly, have fun.
Most importantly, get your point across.
Do that.
Second. Yes, well, certainly it's possible to do that. No problem.
Hello and welcome back to Right Here, Right Now. That was Andy Sargent with Defying Physics from his album Metamorphosis 2. Now, the theme of today's episode is feminism, as I said before. And I've got comedian Bob Thomas here with me and lecturer of women's studies at the University of Southampton Solent,
Good evening.
Mr. Jesse Stone. Now, the first subject that I wanted to touch upon was the pay gap. Now, I've got the statistic here. The full-time pay gap is 9.4% currently, down from 9.6% in 2015, but that still seems very high.
Well, as you say, indeed. There is certainly a long way to go before we reach true equality in our society. And really, it simply makes sense that women are paid the same as men for doing the same amount of work.
Well, because every week of 1 week out of every month, she's gonna be in a position where she can't do her job properly, because you don't know if she's gonna start screaming at people or wanting to have sex with everyone or crying into a tub of ice cream.
I think that is a massive oversimplification, Bob.
Well, the best things in life are simple, aren't they?
Yet the simplest people in life are often the worst.
Moving swiftly on, Iceland. The women in Iceland.
Iceland. No?
Yeah. The women of Iceland have staged a mass walkout. They've been walking out of work at 2:38 p.m. because this is apparently when the pay gap. That's when they.
And they say a woman's work is never done.
Yes, well, I believe it's a very powerful statement that these women in Iceland have made. Certainly it's something that should reverberate around the world and really bring to light the inequality that there simply exists in the pay gap.
Are you all mad? So the women's problem is that they don't get paid as much as men. So they leave work early because they want to get paid more. Does anyone else not think that that's ridiculous?
Yes, well, I think you've rather misunderstood the point there.
I haven't misunderstood the point. You work an hourly rate, and if you want to get paid more, you put more hours in. They've got to have time off because they're going through emotional dramas because of their periods, they're having time off because they want to go off and have a baby. And now they're having time off because they want to get paid more. It makes absolutely no sense.
It's not about getting paid more, it's about getting paid the same amount as a man's paid for doing the exact same amount of work.
Jennifer Lawrence has been campaigning quite heavily on the pay gap issue, which does seem a little hypocritical for someone who's getting 10 million per film.
Well, you may call it hypocrisy, but when you accept that perhaps she's getting paid $10 million per movie, but look at similar actors like George Clooney or Brad Pitt, who are often getting paid far more than that for doing the same work.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt are actors of a fine calibre, whereas Jennifer Lawrence is a little dolly bird that gets paid as much as she does because everyone likes to look at her in films.
Well, disregarding your misogynistic attitude, it's simply not true. Jennifer Lawrence is an incredible actor. A huge range of films.
But she looks good in a whole range of films.
That's incredible that that's your point of view. It's clearly untrue. She is an incredible role model for young women across the world. She's an incredibly good actress, and frankly, just look at her output on the silver screen. It's incredibly good.
I will have a good look at her output, and I'm sure you have too when it comes to those pictures that she put out.
Well, that's
They were good, they were, yeah.
that's not what we were discussing at all. We were discussing her merit as an actress.
No. But they highlight the fact that people just want to see a girl as beautiful as that in the noddy.
Well, not necessarily. No, I mean it's about her acting skills. She's doing the same amount of good
Come
work.
on, you've seen those pictures, haven't you?
But that's not.
Well, you clearly have, because I can see when you're trying to speak that you're
That's
thinking
not the
about
case,
the
that's
time
not-
that you jacked one off when your wife was at work.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
What do you mean? What's up? What's...
He won't come back. He won't come back. He's refused. He's gone. He's gone.
Fuck's sake.
Yes, mate. No, I know. No, yeah, I know. It's just ridiculous. They don't know what they're doing. And it just highlights to me the fact that I'm sick of playing this misogynistic buffoon, you know?
Well, he's very funny though, Bob, isn't he? He always brings people listeners in. Definitely, he's very funny. He's very good.
Wait, I've got an idea. Got a cunning plan.
Yeah. Do you really think you can get me that Radio 4 slot? Okay. This is really, not only is this highlighting to me how much I'm sick and tired of acting this buffoon, but it hurts. I can't do it anymore.
This is a podcast, right?
Yes.
No one's gonna see who's on the other side. I've heard his posh accent. He does a really good posh accent.
No.
Yes,
can't.
yes. It's going to be fine.
No.
It's going to be excellent. This is great stuff. Yes.
Show him.
Oh, this is jolly good. I know all about women.
See, this sounds like him.
Well, women's issues.
Switching over flows, yeah, my plumber knows.
Hello, and welcome back to Right Here, Right Now with me, Micky Riggers. Still here with Kevin Decline,
Hello, hey.
Bob Thomas,
Hello.
and Jesse Stone.
Hello.
Right, so the next topic that I wanted to move on to was women within society. Now, first and foremost, I wanted to talk about celebrity culture. We see many male celebrities who abuse women, violate women, commit sexual assaults on women. And some of these celebrities, like...
Allegedly.
And although I hate to say it... Now, I mean, I find this absolutely deplorable. Just because these men have power, status, money, it does not mean that they get to behave however they wish to. What are your thoughts on these?
Well, it's ridiculous because these are celebrities. These are powerful men in the entertainment industry. They're rich, they're successful, they're funny, they're talented. All of these things make women's ovaries quiver. And if women get involved with these guys and do all the depraved things that men and women love to do, and then they walk away and they think, oh, I feel a little bit dirty now, then that's their own fault.
Well, look, I don't think money, fame, or power have anything to do with this issue. These are women's human rights being violated here.
Here!
These are women's issues.
Yes.
We can't just allow it because these people happen to be celebrities. It's just not... it's not right. And I mean, we see this going through into mainstream culture, club culture, for example. There is many unreported cases of sexual assault that happens in clubs that go completely ignored. And I don't think that that's an acceptable thing whatsoever.
A nightclub is a hotbed of sexual activity. Hormones are raging. Everyone goes to a club to get laid. So when a woman goes into a club and someone, grabs her ass or gives her a bit of a struggle cuddle,
That is disgusting.
she's got to expect that by the very virtue that she's there. If she's going to go get groped and have sex with someone and then go, oh, I wish I never done that. I feel dirty. I feel a bit dirty now.
So I'm sorry, you're saying that you believe that women should only go to nightclubs if they expect to be sexually assaulted.
And this is a woman's issue.
If they're going to have some kind of crisis of conscience over it, then don't go in the first place.
We see university promoters parading scantily clad women up and down in order to promote their night to young, impressionable men who believe that this is totally ordinary. Often these women allegedly are plied with alcohol and drugs to make them more susceptible. And this is... I just cannot believe that this goes on. It's completely ridiculous.
Well, of course it is, because,
Men are stupid.
well, you've got these promoters. They're like on the front line of this sexual hotbed. If sexual activity was the produce of an army of these sexually virulent men, promoters are on the front line, and it's their job, it's their responsibility to make the cogs of this beautiful machinery turn a little bit smoother and to keep it a well-oiled machine that always...
So you're saying that it's a club promoter's job to encourage sexual assault in clubs?
No, I'm saying that it's a club promoter's job to promote sexual activity, and the women that go to these clubs know that, and if they struggle with it, then they shouldn't go. These promoters, they're on the front line, and they are producing for these virulent young men an obstacle course to navigate the obstacle course of life.
What's that?
An obstacle course. Yes, well, that's quite interesting.
You want to know about the obstacle course?
I really think that this is spiralling out of control right now, to be quite honest. I cannot believe that this is happening on my show.
Sorry.
It's It's completely disgusting. You know what, Bob? You are completely wrong and ignorant about all of these issues. You do not know what you're talking about. Jesse
doesn't even know who he is.
I don't even know what to say to you. You are wrong as well. I'm wrong. This show is completely wrong.
I'm right though, right? I'm right.
Where my garden grows, effective in
Now, despite this podcast that we have at the moment, there are many people working on women's issues and feminist issues around the country. Even in our own city, we have groups like Sisters Uncut fighting for women's rights every single day. I apologise profusely that we could not demonstrate that on this show today. I don't know what to say to you. This show has been completely intellectually bankrupt from the start. So, without further ado, I will move on to our final segment of the show, this week's dumbest headline. And I will get Bob Thomas to read that for us today.
Okay. It's from the Daily Mail. It says, a sick joke. NHS moans about lack of funds but fails to collect hundreds of millions from health tourists. Okay, am I done?
I think that ran really well.
Yeah, we got away with that, didn't we? That was
Seamless.
excellent. You were very good.
You were really good.
You were
That
excellent.
accent is spot on.
Oh,
I'm going to call you
thank
Jesse from now on.
I think we got away with that.
Yeah.
They're not going to notice that. Once we do editing and stuff, that's going to
Sort
excellent.
out.
You know you owe me a radio 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate.
don't you?
Well played, mate.
Bye then. Bye.
Excellent. Good stuff. Yeah.
Weird. Hey, you right, buddy? How do you think that went?
Good, eh?
Yeah, that's good.
Are you kidding?
Well, we've got away with it. It could have been worse, couldn't it, really, to be honest?
Could it?
After he left, like...
Did you not think it was good?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. It wasn't perfect, obviously. It was pretty good.
Should we go to the pub and celebrate?
Yeah, that's what you cut the
Come
points.
to the pub.
Yay!
Come to the pub.
I think I have to go down there.
Yeah, let's go.
We should
Come
go
on.
to the pub.
Let's celebrate.
No, I've got work to do.
We'll go and have a couple, shall we? Yeah.
I think you should come along, celebrate. You're not happy, are you?
Oh, I've got work to do. There's a lot of editing to do on that.
I'll be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Well, we'll go and get a couple in, shall we?
Should we go to the pub?
To the obstacle course.
An obstacle course!
No.
Yay!
No.
No, okay.
How was your day?
Well,